Welcome to Life Fit with DVD. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. It's cold today, so I put on my jacket. It should not be like this. It's green out and it's been warm, but really cold today. And anyway, just gotta move on. Try to warm myself up. But today I wanted to talk about meditation and why it might not work for you. So I've been meditating probably for 5 or 10 years at this point. Not every day, but almost every day. It's usually every weekday. Sometimes I do it on the weekend if I have a chance or if I really need it. However, it's been a bit of a journey, like everything else, in learning new habits that are good for you. Uh, it can be a little bit of a grind and not always an enjoyable process. There's I talk about meditation a lot on this channel as ways to overcome a variety of different things, to get more centered, to get more mindful, right? So meditation has numerous benefits for your health, your not just your physical well-being, your mental well-being, psychological, spiritual. There's all sorts of good scientific reasons behind the science of meditation. However, it doesn't always work for people, and I wanted to get into why that might be. So the first reason is unrealistic expectations. I think a lot of people hear that, oh, you should do meditation, and what do? Well, they sit down and shut their eyes, and maybe they cross their legs and they think, okay, I just sit here for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and what am I supposed to do? And their mind kind of goes wild in the process, where it doesn't feel like they're doing anything right because their mind is hyperactive in the process of just sitting there and breathing and trying to focus on your breath. So this requires some patience because it takes a while for your body to relax into the process and to know that it is okay to just relax and not worry about all of the thoughts that are bouncing around in your head. Because for people that are new to it, they might think all of those thoughts that are bouncing around in their head mean that they are doing it wrong, and that is definitely not the case. It takes patience and consistency over time for your body and your mind to get into this process, and with some practice, you will get used to it. I don't know if it took me, a few days, a few weeks. I think it took probably a few months to really get into it. And even then, some days are better than others. It depends on a lot of different factors, what I'm doing that day, if I have deadlines for work stuff, or, can be how much sleep I got, if I exercised earlier in the day, if there's other people that are around or might be arriving or coming through the area, into the space soon. There's so many different factors that can distract you and really just make your mind run while you're trying to do the opposite. So the second point is that it's difficult to focus, right? Just all of the things I had mentioned, all of the distractions, right? Meditation requires not just a concentration and focus, but a focus on trying to let go of everything, all of those thoughts, and focusing on the breath. Focusing on, and it all depends on how you're doing it. There's so many different methods to meditate, but typically what I do is, a deep breath in, hold it for 4 seconds, maybe 7 seconds, 8 seconds, and then let it out. Hold it for another 4 seconds, and then back in again. So typically what I do is You breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then you breathe out for about 8 seconds and hold it out for 4 seconds. So I know there's different methods to this, but I find that just works for me. I think some people do it where it's like 7 seconds breathing in, 3 holding the breath in, and then 8 out, and then once again, all sorts of different methods. Do what works for you, but the slower you can get your breath to be, the better it is going to help you to really just let your mind go. And after you do this for a while, you develop a pattern. I count the seconds because it helps take my mind off of the other things, but at a certain point, it really doesn't matter, and I just let it go, and I'm just breathing. And there are certain, thoughts and stuff that do creep back in, but then once again, I bring my focus, my attention back to the breath, and I don't beat myself up over it. I don't, say, oh, why can't I get this? It's so frustrating. I think a lot of people that are new to it and think that meditation doesn't work, develop that inner critic while they are, trying to breathe and relax. And that inner critic is what leads to more criticism, right? And more distraction and, I can't do this. What the heck is going on, right? So that's just part of the process. Try to focus on the breath. If you can't focus, just let it go. Do the best that you can, right? It's not a process of being able to completely clear your mind. Thoughts do pop up. You just let them go. So the next thing that can distract people is lack of guidance. So meditation can be challenging to learn if you don't have some good guidance. So it might be helpful to have a teacher that is guiding you through the process. There are all sorts of teachers that teach meditation, provide instruction and support for people that are new to it. There's YouTube videos out there that are guided meditations, and they take people through even visualizations and other processes to try to help clear your mind. I'll get a little bit more into that in a bit. Another distraction of why meditation might not be working for you is physical discomfort or pain. So many people sit, in a cross-legged position and try to keep their posture upright, shoulders back, and try to expand their lungs and their rib cage, their breathing cavity with their belly. And this can be hard when you first start. And I haven't even gotten over the sitting with good posture thing or I didn't get over it until probably about a year ago, where I was sitting up, but my body wasn't used to being able to hold the position and breathing for 20 minutes. I'd want to slump over because that's what I was used to from just sitting at a desk all day and not having very good posture. My chest, unfortunately or fortunately, is very big, and my shoulders like to round and it likes to pull forward. So it's very hard to kind of open up this cavity so you can really expand your breath into your lungs. Even right now, I'm standing here, I'm like, oh, I should have better posture. But once again, let it go. Do the best that you can. If you are developing some physical discomfort, maybe your back is sore, or you can't keep your shoulders back, well, it's okay to just lay down instead. Laying in a prone position, laying on your back works as well. Once again, it's the same thing. Just focus on the breath. Try to let everything else go as they come up. And do the best you can and focus on your breath. So the last reason can be when you have deeper issues, right? So this can be something such as you do have an underlying condition, whether it be anxiety or depression or other things that are affecting your ability to really let go and focus. And if you're having a panic attack while you're meditating, well, that's not good, right? You might need to do something else to try to help with that. Whether that be talking to a doctor, maybe you have medication that you haven't taken, something like that. This can always be a significant factor as well, too, why meditation is not working for you. However, there's a lot of other factors that are involved in some of those serious conditions. So, I always don't like to say that, oh, you need, a medication or something for, uh, you know, these underlying conditions, but there are deeper things going on, probably traumas, things that are built up in your body that need to be let go. So, in most cases, I think meditation can only help, but however, that's a caveat to take, and always keep in the back of your mind. So, once again, there's not a one size fits all solution to meditation. I have gone through so many different methods, and I thought I would share some of them. So some of them are, doing that 4-4-8 breath or 4-4-4-8 breath, depending on how you want it. I'm just literally making up my own process as we go here. But that is what I have been doing recently, and that's what works for me. Some people do mantras and say out loud affirmations and repeating things over and over, whether it out loud or silently in their head, to help them relax, help their mind relax. Maybe it helps their body relax as well to hear these things. There are mantras. There's also affirmations where you read something. Maybe it's something that you've written to yourself, or something somebody else has written for you that helps you get grounded, get focused on the things that you want to, put the right things in your consciousness that you want to be focusing on a day-to-day basis that empower you. Maybe that works for you. I tried that a while ago, and I just didn't find to be that helpful. But what works for me doesn't necessarily work for another person. Some other things are laying prone and doing a full body scan. So that is taking your attention and focusing it on, taking a breath, and once you take that breath, focusing your attention on specific parts of your body, and literally just work your way through your head all the way down your body, and focus on your hips and your belly and your butt and all sorts of places all over your body. And once you take in that breath and you let it go, it helps to relax each and every portion of your body. Some people do walking meditations. Walking puts them in a frame of mind where their body is moving and they're focusing on their body moving through space and just the sensation of taking each step, but to pay attention to it, breathe through the process, and just really get in the moment on where they are walking, or not even where they're walking, but just walking in general. Other people do visualization meditations. There's a lot of visualization meditations online, on YouTube, that walk you through various different steps and kind of scenarios that might be helpful for you, whether you are walking through a forest and you're finding things, and you're revisiting your kind of inner self, or your true self, or maybe you're doing something where you walk down basement stairs and you open that door to your subconscious or your unconscious, and you go in there and you kind of see what you find. All sorts of different meditations. Something else that I have done as well was, and I don't know if this is a meditation, but this is holotropic breathing. that was pretty cool. I did that for a while. And holotropic breathing is where you're taking rapid breaths in and out. And then you do that for maybe 30 seconds, and then you basically just breathe out everything. And it's almost like a form of hyperventilating, filling yourself up with oxygen, and then releasing everything. And this is a little bit different. It helps you relax for sure, but it can be kind of strenuous on the body. But the key part about it is it really puts you in a super relaxed state, and it's almost like a form of high. Um, like you might feel some lightheadedness, but ultimately your body is just saturating itself with oxygen and then releasing it all. So be careful with that form of it. I think that's maybe more of just breath work than meditation, but always, as always, there's a very fine line between these things. But I did enjoy doing that for a while, but that can definitely be more strenuous. So once again, yeah, these might be some different ways to meditate, or just go through the process of getting out of your body and more into your breath, which hopefully will release your mind and your mental framework of where you might be getting distracted. Um, it isn't that you just can't focus on meditation, or you're doing it wrong, or any of that. It's a process. It is a habit that it takes some time to form, and if it's not working for you, these might be some of the reasons. So yeah, thanks for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please like or subscribe. What meditation works for you? Is there a process that works over others? It'd be interesting to know what you think and how you do it. So until next time, thank you for being here, and talk to you later.